We've got Oommen Mammen, the CFO at Muthoot Finance, joining in on the show right now. Mr. Mammen, hi, good morning. Thanks for joining in. You're targeting about 15% of the gold loan growth in FY21. What is keeping you this optimistic, and what are the trends that you're seeing in the core gold business so far?
Good morning, Aisha. So we have been guiding the market for about 15% annual growth, and based on the opportunity available in the gold loan segment, this is a minimum guidance we want to give to the market. Last year we achieved about 18% growth. This year in the 9 months we have achieved 12% growth, and for the last 12 months our consolidated loan assets have increased by 21 percentage. Standalone has increased by about 19 percentage. Today, the consolidated loan asset stands at about 43,500. Standalone stands at around 38,500. We see a tremendous potential in terms of growing the gold loan book. In terms of subsidiaries, we are going slow in terms of housing loan business. Microfinance, we are seeing a good traction. Vehicle loan business, we are slowly building our portfolio. So overall, we are looking at growing our book by at least 15% year on year.
Okay. So you're expecting your borrowing costs to rise by about 20 to 30 basis points, as we understand. How is it that you're assessing the funding environment? Is there ample liquidity and funds available, given that you are seeing high growth, especially in the core business? Because it seems that liquidity is still in a bit of a crunch.
See, after the NBFC crisis erupted in October 2018, there have been a lot of challenges to NBFCs in terms of funding. And unfortunately, Muthoot Finance, though it is in a different asset class in terms of gold financing, we are also clubbed under the general NBFC category. Of course, we also had to face certain challenges in terms of growth capital. However, the existing lenders are extremely comfortable with our company. They have continued our exposure. We have been doing a lot of transactions with mutual funds. Our CPs are getting rolled over. The last 12 months, we never faced any issue in terms of liquidity. However, the challenge has been always in terms of the growth capital. So we have done certain things in terms of meeting the growth capital. One, we have been, because Muthoot Finance has been dealing in liability products, we have been doing retail publications of NCDs. And in the last 12 months, we have done at least 4 issuances, and we have raised almost close to 3,000 crores in terms of domestic public issue of NCDs. Apart from that, we have done the maiden offshore bond issuance, where we got rated by 3 international rating agencies, which has given BB plus, S&P has given BB, and Moody's have given Ba2 rating. So in the first issuance, which was a 145 transaction covering US market, we have raised $450 million US. The bond was issued at 6.125%. Today, the demand is so high that today the bond is trading at almost like a 40-50% premium, and today the bond is traded at around 4.38%. So in terms of resource mobilizations, we have done several things, and because of which we are able to meet our growth target as well as with the plans going forward. Banks are also slowly relaxing their limits. We are seeing bank limits coming. However, the major requirements are met through these ECB funding as well as through NCDs.
Your gold loan in the quarter gone by has seen an uptick of nearly 20%. Why a sudden uptick has kicked in?
Nikhil, if you see the first quarter, we had almost grown by 1,600, close to 1,700 crores. However, in the second quarter, because of certain resource constraints, we could not grow the portfolio. And in the third quarter beginning, we could raise the ECB funding. And this funding we used for meeting the growth requirements. And fortunately, the market out there is extremely positive, and there is an opportunity available to grow. So we have used this opportunity. We could make some of the loss, the loss in AUM in the second quarter, in the third quarter, and we are good to achieve 15% growth by March, and probably we may achieve higher than 15% growth also.
Most of the NBFCs are finding it difficult to raise capital from mutual funds. and especially on the debt side, because there is A, reluctance, and B, there is renewed vigor towards risk aversion. What has been your experience on your source of funding? Are mutual funds happy to lend to you, or they are thinking and they are not acting?
Mutual funds have been shown extreme keen to fund Muthoot Finance right from October 2018 itself. And in fact, we had a rating of 4,000 crores for our CP limits. And because there is so much of demand, we could, we raised our increased our limits on CPs from 4,000 to 5,000 crores. And from there on, we have been rolling over or repaying all the CPs and taking fresh CPs from other mutual funds. So there is a regular churn which happens in terms of CPs, and there is a lot of demand. We have been doing on a private placement with large mutual funds. So there is a lot of appetite. Of course, the cost has gone up because of this whole NBFC crisis.
Okay. My next follow-up question would be that in case gold prices they continue to move higher, given what's happening to international gold prices, then are you likely to revisit your guidance, and is there a chance that in the second half of this calendar year you may surprise everyone with your gold finance business?
See, the growth is not dependent on the gold price. Now, suppose if somebody has 2 grams of gold and 2,500 rupees is the per gram, he'll be able to borrow 5,000 rupees. Now, if the gold price goes up to from 2,500 to 5,000, it's not necessary that the borrower is going to borrow 10,000 rupees. He still continue to borrow only 5,000. So gold price is not the factor in terms of the growth. There is a demand for money. As long as the demand for money will be able to, as long as we are able to meet those demands, certainly the growth will be there. Now, if the gold price rises, it is not an automatic increase in our advance rate. Though the RBI has fixed a 75% LTV, company has its own risk management practices. We certainly can limit our what advance we should give on a gram of gold. So, considering the risk appetite, we will look at the comfortable level, and then only we'll revise the advance rate per gram.
Mr. Mammen, good to have you on the show. Thank you so much for really highlighting how Muthoot's quarter has been and what it's likely to do in the future course as well. Good to have you on the show.